part of the federal budget adoption on December 29th just last month, a few weeks ago, President Biden signed a $1 trillion spending package. That's trillion with a T. And of that, strangely enough, the city of Gilroy got 4.5 million in that signature. That is extremely unusual because a lot of times what we ask for, we don't get. And this was one of those times that we did. And so there are 2 projects that were funded through Lofgren's office of the 19th District. We always submit some kind of wish list to each of our national elected officials, and they do their best. They put it in, and most of the times it just doesn't quite get there, but this was one of the times where it did. And so very proud of our community for getting 2 federally funded projects for capital improvement projects that we did not have funding for. So one is improvements at San Ysidro Park. That is $3 million from Uncle Sam. That will go to do significant improvements to picnic areas, trails, playground equipment, lighting, cosmetics, you name it, $3 million will go a long way. And then the other $1.5 million is for the Lions Creek Trail West Gap. If you don't know where that is, that goes from Wren all the way out to Christopher High. It cuts through some through the creek and such, but it's if you're a runner or a cyclist, it's a nice little connection. And that's something that is always good for us to keep connecting those trails together and giving us runners and cyclists and walkers something to do and to enjoy. So very excited about getting to 4.5 million. Those projects will have to happen quickly. We only have 12 months to do it, or the appropriation will not carry forward most likely, and we will ask again in the future for other projects, but very exciting news for Gilroy. We will come back on January 28th with strategic planning. And we are calculating right now that probably around $20 million, over $20 million in federal grants and funding have been awarded to the city in probably the last 18 months, which I'm pretty sure is a record. And just goes to show sometimes if you ask, you might actually get what you want. So happy to answer any questions, but that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick comment there.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm proud to have worked with Representative Lofgren on identifying and submitting these 2 projects that Jimmy just talked about for community project funding requests. And one thing that I really want the public to know is that I've chosen to keep my council office actions open to the public, through website and newsletters and town halls, and that approach makes you vulnerable to the best and the worst from this community. But it's opportunities and successes like this that keep my office wishing to be like that. There are many shovel-ready projects, as the city administrator talked about, that benefits all residents, and I'm always looking for funding when I meet regularly with our elected representatives. And the same thing when attending regional conferences, training, professional development. These are when those types of opportunities become a reality as well. Thank you for members of the community from Nueva Vida that showed up tonight. And I'm really proud to be able to get this money and spend it. Thank you.
All right, city attorney's reports, 13.1.
Okay, I'm going to give you a report on something